What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, back for another video about bannings on Amazon, and they are happening left and right still. And in this video, I talk about what's going on now, what I've been able to see after analyzing hundreds and hundreds of accounts that have been suspended, as well as what kind of success we're having getting these accounts back. So I'm going to talk about that and a heck of a lot more. So I'm super fired up for this video. I promise it's going to be short and sweet and to the point. I hope you're fired up. Let's do this. All right, so as I said before, I'm fired up about this video, and I'm going to explain everything to you, what's happening. I'm going to talk about what I've talked about in the past, as well as what I've seen after seeing hundreds and hundreds of accounts that have been suspended, the information that I've been able to analyze and gather from looking at those accounts, and moving forward, how this is changing the way things are happening on Amazon. Is it still the best platform to be selling on out there? Well, I'm going to answer that and a heck of a lot more. Again, my email is below in case you have been recently suspended or Section 3 suspended, as we're going to talk about in this video, if you need help getting those reinstated. But I will put it to you this way: it's not cheap to get reinstated, and that's primarily because you must be prepared to file multiple plan of actions. What do I mean by multiple? I mean, in some instances, people are having to do these for over a year. So you have to be persistent, you have to be patient, and you have to be knowledgeable enough to know what to file each and every time. And I mean, I get it. If your account's suspended, if you got money stuck in there, yeah, you're in full-on panic mode. You want that money back. But the reality is you're not going to get it back that fast. Amazon is looking for very specific information for you to tell them. And in some cases, I truly can say that I feel like they're purposely keeping that money and they have no intention of giving it back whatsoever. But we have seen some success on these appeals, and we have seen some people get their accounts back, but this is after months and months of appeals. So like I said before, you have to be prepared to be persistent, and you have to be knowledgeable enough to be able to understand that you're going to have to file multiple plan of actions in order to get this account back. It's not going to happen overnight. So being patient is the key here. You will get your money back if you continue to be relentless about the entire situation and you keep hammering it out on those plan of appeals. So be prepared for that. Again, my email is below. But let's talk about what I released in the past. This is kind of the timeline or the spectrum of suspensions that I have talked about in the past, saying that there was this spectrum from between a level 1 to a full out ban, which is level 10. 1 being the simplest of suspensions. You should be able to easily get your account back, right? And I labeled it here. All other shit goes from about 1 to 3, which could be a kid choking on something or you IP infringing on somebody's product, anything like that. Rank manipulation pretty much means that you were trying to manipulate the algorithm and rank better on Amazon. And then there was Section 3, right? And Section 3 can include feedback manipulation, which means that you're asking the customer to change their feedback. And it's very specific. They have proof of this via email if you do it through their email system and so forth. And then a Section 3 lockout, which pretty much means you can no longer access the account, which makes it even more difficult than ever to try and get your money back because you can't log into the account. You can't open up a case. You're pretty much having to send the plan of action to emails that you might either know, that your contacts know, or you're guessing. So you're pretty much effed here. And level 10 ban, you're locked the F out. You're pretty much screwed. You can't even access anything. They won't even talk to you anymore. That's what it is. So since I released the last video, which I want to say was about a month ago, things have drastically changed. And I'll tell you what I've been able to gather after analyzing these hundreds and hundreds of suspended accounts and talking with many of you guys who have sent me an email and analyzing your situation in general. Here's what I've been able to gather. So now what has happened on Amazon, and we can just almost like, let me see if I can make a copy of this. And then we can't make a copy, we can add a page. I'll make a copy of this so that I can mess around with one of these. So now what I've seen is pretty much this is what's happening. Level 5 has disappeared. There's no more rank manipulation, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Level 3 has disappeared, and frankly, level 1 has freaking gone down the drain. And that is because of this fact that there's nothing else now except for Section 3. Amazon, whereas before they were selective about what they lumped into Section 3, things that were lumped into Section 3 are things that they had no idea where else to lump. Now, to be quite honest, all I've seen as of lately is Amazon throwing everything into Section 3. There is no suspension that is not a Section 3 suspension. I can say that over and over again, and I know I'd be tongue-twisted saying that, but I'm going to say it one more time. There is no suspension that isn't a Section 3 suspension. Everything is classified as a Section 3 suspension. Now, the severity of that will still vary here. We've got a level 8 takedown, which is pretty much considered feedback manipulation, and or we've gathered that it could also mean bad PR. You in some way, shape, or form aimed a bunch of bad PR at Amazon. I've seen that done via press release. I've seen that done via Twitter. I've seen that done via complaining to the BBB. All those qualify as level 8 takedowns, which is feedback manipulation, and all those generated bad PR for Amazon on you, the seller's part. So they'll raise it to a level 8. Not that it means that it's any easier or any harder to come back from. And then Section 3 lockouts are still Section 3 lockouts. For some reason, your suspension was so severe that they just flat out decided to lock you the hell out of the account. And a level 10 ban, which pretty much means don't ever come back to Amazon. The odds are that if you try and open up another account when your name has been dragged in the mud for a level 10 ban, they're going to immediately be able to tell because of their partnerships with cell phone providers, with light bill, utility bill, all kinds of bill, and with people that have passport information and ID information. They'll be able to gather that you are who you're hiding to be, and all your accounts will in some way, shape, or form get flagged, and you will never be able to sell on the platform. That's how far their reach goes, because again, remember, they are almost $1 trillion company. They can get data, almost more important data than the government can get. It's facts. They are partnered with Facebook. That means they're partnered with Instagram, with WhatsApp, every possible platform on the planet. They have that much power, and they can tell you are who you're trying to hide to be. So again, now everything is gone from before this spectrum that's up top to now this spectrum, which everything is classified as Section 3. So why is that so important? Why am I so fired up about that? Well, here is the bottom line. What happens in a Section 3 suspension or lockout is they keep your money. I have tried to get fund disbursement requests, which in the past were legally supposed to work and you were legally supposed to be released those funds back into your bank account. They no longer work. Amazon is bullying everybody and keeping their money. So this is what's extremely scary. This is the fact that I've seen people with millions of dollars tied up that can afford attorneys, that can afford to get people to try and get their money back, having zero success because somehow under this whole Section 3 code of conduct, Amazon is able to skate a fine line and be within the law to keep your money. And it's scary. However, as I said before, if you are persistent enough to hammer them on plan of actions, at some point they will let go of that money. But most people, after a while, they give up. And let's face it, they don't have a ton of money in there. For just some people, $2,000 might be a lot, but I'm telling you, there's people with millions of dollars stuck in here. $2,000, $6,000, $21,000 is a drop in the bucket. However, imagine the thousands and thousands of people that are suspended, some of them having upwards of millions of dollars, how much money Amazon is sitting on through being able to suspend them and keep their money. That's the part that is quite hair-raising, it's quite scary, and has been made quite evident by what I've been able to see on the hundreds of accounts that I've been able to see alone. So again, everything is tidied up here. It's all classified Section 3. They're keeping your money. Just be relentless, keep hitting on those plan of actions, and eventually at some point they'll get tired of you being relentless and they'll give you your money back. Most people are going to give up. So what do we do moving forward? Well, I can say this, almost any offense that you commit on there, the odds of you getting suspended this are quite high. So if you plan to be gray hat or black hat, and if they do shut you down, this is what's going to happen. Be prepared to fight. It does make Amazon a lot less attractive to play on, and that's why Walmart is slowly becoming a little bit more attractive, even though they don't have the same volume of sales as Amazon does, and they probably never will. So just be more cognizant of the things that you do on your account that could potentially cause you a suspension. Be more aware of the things that you're doing, and try to stay out of trouble. That's all I can give you advice on, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys this update on what's happening now and how everything is being classified as Section 3. Again, if you need help getting these unlocked, remember we do an unlimited amount of plan of actions. My email is below, so shoot one out to me and I will be more than happy to get in touch with you. But other than that, questions and comments go below. I always personally answer those, and I'll see you guys next time.